RSL Nation!
What's up?
We back. We back.
What to do? What to do? Another week of soccer. RSL is back.
It's nonstop.
It is nonstop. Don't you love it? Like, I love that soccer is really, really nonstop, whereas, I don't know, the other sports they stop.
They do stop.
And you guys, happy July. Happy July.
Thank heavens! I'm a summer,
Happy.
I'm a summer guy.
Oh, I'm a fall winter guy.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
spring. I'm spring.
We cover almost the whole year. We need a
We do
fourth.
cover the.
I mean, but I'm surprised, Christian, though, you're a sports, winter sports guy. I mean,
Yeah,
just
like
throwing that out there.
I am a winter sports guy, but fall's still my favorite.
Interesting.
No,
And besides, every sport overlaps in the fall,
It's true. It's true.
which is nice. Name one sport that does not overlap in the fall.
I can't. Yeah, hockey. Yeah,
Hockey's
hockey's
in the.
Basketball, football, soccer. Yeah, you have them all.
baseball. Yeah, you have them all.
You
Yeah.
have it all,
Huh. All right.
and it's hoodie season.
It's hoodie season, sweater weather.
Sweater, wetter.
Sweater weather.
Uh, guys, welcome back to another episode of the RSL Bros, where we like to just talk about soccer. And
Woo.
guess what? For everyone's relief, we are gonna take a chill pill with the Club World Cup. We're
Woo.
done with talking about it. We're gonna be jam packed with RSL
I
related
was like,
stuff.
if you want to talk about Club World Cup with us, talk with us at tailgates at the
or
RSL
on
game.
Twitter or wherever.
Yeah. As much as we would love to keep talking about that, we talk about every soccer topic, but
Woo.
we are the RSL Bros, and therefore we're gonna spend some time. Stop. Gosh. I don't want people to think my dog is barking. Jeez. Guys, we're gonna talk everything RSL today. Their game this past weekend, which I really liked. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're gonna talk about the U.S. national team because obviously RSL related.
Luna.
Yep. In fact, upcoming game, more RSL related.
Not
Yeah.
one, not
Rue,
two, but
B.
three.
Oh. Bean.
Yep, exactly. And then after that, we're gonna dive into this upcoming game against St. Louis, which
Mm.
I have high hopes, guys. I really do. And then to finish
Magic
off,
hopes of the living.
you, my friend, I
I'm
don't
on
know.
one right now. I
Man,
don't know.
Can we get some American Idol for Christian tonight?
Seriously, well, you're on one tonight. The judges will not let you go to Hollywood, by the way.
Nope.
Oh, I was
Wow.
giving him a 10.
I
I was
wa-
giving him
I was a little pitchy there, but that's fine.
And then we're gonna finish off with some Instagram questions, which, from what I hear,
some is just
Oof.
that's a
You-
light way to say it.
you guys laid it on us today. So
They gave us the fire hose of questions. That's what they did.
yeah, so
Looking forward to it.
yeah, stay tuned because I did read a couple of them, and you might want to stay tuned. Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
I did not look again, so I'm excited.
I think we should just assume that you don't look at the questions.
I don't.
So
But to be fair, Marcos really manages our Instagram the most, and I do mostly Twitter.
it's true, and I am the old guy, so I float around everywhere. So, all right, let's dig into this. Christian, I need you to give me your thoughts on RSL versus SKC.
It was, I think, the game we were expecting. It was a lot closer in play than I think anybody was anticipating. It was a good match. I like what Pablo said. Or actually, let's break down the lineup. I think the lineup was almost what we expected. Almost what we expected.
Is it? Is it?
I said almost, right?
I
So
thought it was.
the back line, we got most of the back line correct, right? With Caliscan, Glad. Sam and Alex was a little bit of a surprise on the back line for me, but it worked. Defensive midfield was Ruiz and Palacio. And then the attack is where we get a little bit of surprise, where we expected Dom to start on the right wing, but we had Johnny Russell start on the right, which was surprising because we expected him to come in on the second half, especially at SKC, and then Willie up top. But a decent lineup. No, I don't think it's our strongest lineup, but it was a decent lineup. But considering everything going on and who was on our bench, it honestly it was probably our best lineup.
So you said that Sam surprised you on that back line. Were you expecting somebody different, or just because of Vera being out, that kind of surprised you him as center back?
Yeah, I mean, didn't expect Vera being out and expected maybe Kobe to start instead, even though it's been a minute since Kobe's gotten minutes. Um, so that's what surprised me a bit. And then obviously, Johnny. Wouldn't have been surprised with the PQ in the center either. I know Cabral Glazer's just rolling in his grave right now for me saying that. But yeah,
Seriously.
that was it. And can I say, I think of our entire team right now, I think the player that we're missing the most, it's actually not Diego Luna.
Is his name Mecca Anelli?
It is not Emeka Eneli. I
Oh,
think it's Brian Ojeda that we're missing the
Oh,
most right now.
really? Why?
I mean, just because he fits that right defensive mid better than Nelson. I'm glad Nelson's getting good minutes in, but I think we just need that a little bit more oomph right there. Because, I mean, I disagree with FotMob's rating of giving Tommy an 8.5. I mean, come on. But that being said, I don't think anybody could have stopped that goal. That was way too good of a shot. Nobody
yeah.
could have stopped it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? But I I'm actually so besides Vera getting obviously he got sick and wasn't able to play. I agree with you, Christian, that this was probably our strongest lineup that we could put together at this moment. Though I as much as not as much as let me rephrase that. I understand that Johnny scored the goal. It's fine, great. We
Mhm.
needed it, but did he? I don't feel like from watching it, just as a feeling. You could look at stats all you want, but I don't feel like he had a huge impact in that first half. Where it was like, yeah, Johnny was like that right side was his, but again, Fat Mob likes to maybe exaggerate some things. 7.9 for Johnny. I think it might be just because of the goal. Um,
It makes sense that he started this game obviously going against his former team, so he's familiar with location, going against Tommy, going against Daniel Salawi. But moving forward, I just don't want to see Johnny Russell being a normal starter on that right mid because, like you said, Alan, he couldn't keep up with the entire time. He was very slow. So moving forward, I think he should be somebody that should be coming off the bench for those last 20, 25 minutes to close it out.
I really think so, and only because of if we're gonna look at his stats, I mean he had a 68% passing accuracy, so he wasn't the
Uh-huh.
best passer.
No,
But
Mhm.
he did create three chances though. So if we're gonna have him create chances for us, I really think that we need to have him on the last 20 minutes of the game.
And we're not saying that because we dislike Johnny at all. We love what he's done for the team.
yeah.
We're he's been a good, pleasant surprise. Love his gumption, love his fight.
Yeah, seeing what Johnny brings so far in that DC game and then in this game to help out young guys like Gozo, just shouting, telling them where to go, telling them they have a guy behind them, just things like that. We've seen be baby steps in this progression for Gozo, which he needs.
Ooh, so maybe that's a fancy question right here. How about this? Does Gozo play better with Russell, or does he play better with Dom and Luna?
Oh, that's a good question because I can tell he's worked to establish a relationship with Dom,
Mhm.
which Dom has needed, and I think that's benefiting both of them. However, like we mentioned last episode when Marcos and I were at the last home game, just saw Johnny and Gozo just chatting it up on the field. And you could tell that Johnny was coaching him and guiding him, Obi-Wan Kenobi style. I think he benefits from both situations.
Shut up! I'm gonna call him Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm gonna I'm gonna make a
Jo-
graphic. I'm just gonna put a hood over Johnny Russell, and he's gonna look like Obi-Wan.
No,
but seriously,
no, with Johnny playing with Gozo, Gozo playing with Dom, it's two things. Like obviously Johnny brings that years of experience, whereas Dom brings that also that youth and that tenacity, that energy, which also Gozo brings. So it's like, do you want two energetic players or do you want energy and an old guy? Pretty much.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I really think that sticking with the Gozo thing, Gozo does really well when he has a really good support. So when he's left out on his own. So for instance, if he's playing with Dom, um, Dom kind of likes to do his own thing on the right wing. He just moves up and
Mhm.
down, and Gozo has to like suck into him in order to like get closer to him in order to get the ball, get any kind of movement shoot like a sponge. But um when you have Johnny Russell, he's the one that he's just telling you where to go. He's pointing, he's yelling at you and making those runs. I think Gozo had I don't know how many chances did he have in this game. Um
Uh, two chances created.
two chances created, but yeah, he had five shots, which is super good. And
Mhm.
obviously one of them in the second half, that goal line clearance, my friends. I don't know about you guys.
Ooh,
I already yelled goal before it went in. That was my bad.
You're scaring your son, probably. You're scaring.
No, no.
he's
I don't.
scaring all of us.
It wasn't that. It's like it's bad juju. Don't you know that? Like
It's true.
you're not supposed to yell goal before it goes in.
Never, never.
Never.
And I did that.
I want to flip over to the left side really quick. We've praised Johnny enough because he did so well in this game, obviously for his goal. But this is back to back games, in my opinion, that Diogo has had a good game. That DC game,
Oh,
this game, I think he's slowly getting that confidence, getting that feel for this team, which I love. I love so much. Obviously, beginning of the season, all of us were hating on Diogo, but this slow
I'm
progression, I'm loving it from him.
I'm glad we started to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. We
So, Giogo, we're sorry.
What? No. I'm not sorry.
A little bit.
I'm not gonna take back what I said before because he was not playing
That's true.
up to expected. So I'm not gonna say sorry for what I said because it was true at that
So,
point.
thank
Hence,
you.
yes, thank you for
Okay.
stepping up and changing whatever he had to change because whatever Pablo did in his coming to Jesus 2 weeks or whatever,
right.
like it worked.
The big thing that I've noticed that I've been a huge fan of Diogo so far is not being afraid of taking shots. We saw in this
Mm,
game 4 chances created, 3 total shots, whereas in previous games this season we haven't seen that type of Diogo at all.
Yeah.
it's true.
And seriously, we need to give praise where praise is worthy. And Diogo has stepped up these past two games. Like,
Thank you,
s-
Giogo.
Do you think
seriously.
do you think a big part of this has to do with
Obrigado.
do you think a
But
big
yeah.
part of this has to do with the fact that he's playing on the left mid instead of playing that 10?
But he was playing left mid. He was switching a lot with the Diego, and he would head over to that left side. I don't think it's that. There was a mindset switch, which
Hmm. I agree.
some might. I'll say this. I'm glad that Pablo is our coach, especially in situations with like players like Giogo.
Definitely.
Something happened. A conversation was had, either with Pablo or with upper management, and something clicked. So I think we should also be grateful for the management and the coaching staff that we have because something happened there and and
Yep.
I don't think it would have clicked. And who knows? We're gonna play what if for like 30 seconds. If we had other coaches from the beginning of the season, do you think Diogo would have had these issues? Who knows? That's as far as I'm gonna go with the speculation. But because of who we have currently, Diogo is able to, I think, get out of the little funk that he was in.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
the,
So
the only the only thing that's missing right now they has this confidence is just to put one in the back of the net. Just
now we're left with an issue though, because we're starting to have a very dangerous attacking mid, right? We've got Giogo, Gozo, Johnny Russell, Dominic, Lachlan Brook, Diego Luna.
Yeah,
What do we do? My thought here, take this with a grain of salt. Start Gozo up on the 9. Put Diego behind him, Giogo on the left, Dominic on the right.
Dominic slash Russell.
It's Dominic slash Russell.
I'm not opposed to that. That
So
sounds
then,
solid.
so then, I don't want to jump into the transfer talk a little too early, but do we then still look for a DP9? In your opinion, with that idea, I love it. I just wonder, do we go out and spend on a DP9 when we have this is one of those quote unquote good problems that coaches would like to have. I hate it. I hate
I
having
would
this kind of issue.
I would wait for results first. Give it a game or two, see if it clicks. And if it doesn't, yes, go out and get a DP9. If not, yeah, run it.
As much as I love your idea, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No,
Only because I don't think Gozo is actually a true striker, true nine.
he's not.
He's a forward, not a
Hmm.
striker. If you know
Yeah.
the difference, you know the
But to
difference.
be
Correct.
fair, we also said that Sam and Alex wouldn't happen on the back line. And it's happened a couple of times.
Well, if we didn't say it wouldn't happen, we wanted it to happen. We didn't think it was going to be likely because of X, but and that works also. The Sam Catranes
Oh, those two
works.
are
I mean,
fire together on the back line.
hence why they have the highest rating out of the back line. They work well together.
But I
Really
don't. I think Glad and Cowscan are a little underrated on their performance. They just got rated low on there, and so did Cabral, which he had a great game like always, because the goal that came from their side.
mm,
True. True.
It's all based off of that goal because the goal happened. I mean, if you're looking at the formation on FOTMob, where Glad's picture is, that's where the shot came from.
legit. And also, I I'm gonna go back to what you said way at the beginning. I don't think it was a good shot. It was just a deflection. It's an unfortunate deflection. I mean,
Regardless, it was you still couldn't have blocked it. The angle, the tightness to the post, the curve, you couldn't have stopped it.
I don't know. I think if without the deflection, I think it would have been blocked. But um guys, I what did this tie feel like to you guys?
A tie, like a
I was gonna
true
say,
tie.
I was like, it
Like,
didn't feel like a loss, didn't feel like a win. It just felt like a draw.
and Pablo said the same thing when he said that. I'm like, that's exactly how it feels, which feels good.
Like,
That's what I want to get at too.
don't get me wrong. I am a little frustrated that we had so many chances that we could have put away. Obviously, that Gozo one that you mentioned,
Mm.
where defender came and saved that off the line.
What a
9 times out of 10, most of the times those are going the back of the net.
I mean, with a little bit more speed, a little bit more, maybe taking that shot a little faster. But this is, I think, it's a positive feeling. If you're feeling negative after this, I would actually question how you're feeling. I think you already have predetermined feelings already because
it's true.
this game, even though it wasn't 3 points, this was a good result because of the way that we were playing. It's
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think moving from that DC game going into this game after that 2 week break, it just shows me slowly we're going trending in the right direction. Yes, that's only 4 points in 2 games, but it's better than what we're doing a lot earlier this season.
now if I were able to, if I had wanted to spend the time, I would clip right here. What did I say a couple episodes ago? How many points did we need in June in order to like keep our
You called it.
playoff? I called it 4 points, 4 points out of six. That's fine. I'm fine with it
To the
because
people freaking out,
calm down, calm down. Like yes, look, guys, maybe
40,
we're
46 is what we're aiming for right now.
yeah, maybe, but maybe we're hopeless romantics, but we still have hope that we're gonna make the playoffs.
it's
And
still possible.
it,
Like,
it's
It's
still
what?
possible.
It's 7 points out.
Yeah, 7 points out with a game in hand. So that's why it's super important these obviously next coming games because of the level of the opponents that we have. Right now
mhm.
they're pretty low level, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So any last thoughts on this KC game?
I think the players that needed to step up stepped up. It was good to see everybody contributes and get
Mhm.
a hard fought draw.
Also, I'm not gonna be one of those that really gets into that. Oh, Johnny Russell's really respectful to his previous team. I don't give two flips and a darn. Just win, score for my team. I don't care. Also, we saw the likes of Brody come in.
Mhm.
Brody did Brody things. So you keep Brodying Brody. And yeah, what do you guys say we move on to the U.S. national team?
Da, 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 da,
I
da,
believe that we
da.
will win. I believe that we
Wait,
will win.
which national team?
U.S. national team, brother.
Men's or women's?
Well, we're gonna talk about the men's because we're gonna talk about Gold Cup. How about that? We're gonna talk Gold Cup.
I was just being a troll, but
I, I know. I'm trying to navigate how I answer that. I'm like, Gold Cup. We're just gonna talk Gold Cup. Okay, what are you guys thinking about this Costa Rica game? I know this was a pretty intense one. So, Marcos, give me your thoughts on this Costa Rica game.
There's good, there's bad, there's meh. It's a typical USA game. What more can you say? It's just like, yeah, like yes, what's his face? Arfston, he had a goal and assist, but all four goals were his fault.
All four.
it's true.
All right, good. Just because I unfortunately had to step away from this game, so I only watched the highlights. So you guys are gonna have to fill in the details. But what do you mean all four?
So obviously he had a goal,
Mm-hmm.
he had an assist,
Yep.
and then correct me if I'm wrong, Christian. He caused the penalty kick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the fourth the second goal for Costa Rica, that was it was bad defending or was it deflection?
it was a deflection.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So, what we're most like all we care about. This is all we care about. How did Luna play? How did you guys see Luna in this game?
he
He was the difference maker in this one.
The
he
difference maker?
the difference maker. He started the engine back up for the comeback. The U.S. would not have won this game at all or made it to had any sort of scoring opportunity without Diego Luna. And he did what he does best when he pulled that goal out of nowhere. It was a great turn and shoot and into the back of the net. And Keylor Navas couldn't do anything. He wasn't ready for it.
Like
Um,
yes, the ball got deflected. People are gonna whine and complain on Twitter about that, but the ball went in the back of the net. He had just just the poise to not be afraid to take a shot like that, and you could see on the celebration on his face how much that meant for him. He's been waiting for this goal for such a long time.
And you notice the first thing that he did? Grabbed the badge.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
He is so proud to play for this team.
absolutely, absolutely.
I miss those kinds of celebrations where you're playing for this, you're not playing for this.
Oh yeah,
You're not playing for this, you're playing for this.
oh yeah.
And that's a kind of maturity that Diego's grown into this season, which I think he's needed.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but that his goal reminded me of another goal he scored while being with a national team. No, you guys don't remember? Okay. Um, he when he was at the U20 World Cup, um, and he
Hmm
scored his like where he dribbled it from midfield. No, no one
hmm
remember.
Yeah.
Mm,
2023, Marcus, you're gonna have to watch it again.
okay.
It reminded me of that because in this goal he didn't dribble it obviously, but he's the one that was he just ran down the middle. He was running and when he received it, it was roughly in the same place where he received it at the U20 World Cup in 2023.
hmm
But it gave me flashbacks of that. So guys, I really think we have our new 10 for at least the next three World Cups.
Yeah, like if
I
people
love that.
don't if people don't say that Luna is not a starter after what he's put in through the Gold Cup, check again. Check again. Like
Well, I mean that's pretty controversial only because I say this. Um, you still have CP that needs to be in there, which most likely he's going to be in there for the World Cup. Tillman is also in the run. Luna is in the run, and obviously they have to be above the likes of Weah, Balogun,
Mhm.
Pepe. I mean, all of them. That's why
Fair.
the talk is when RSL fans are like, yeah, put Luna in the starting lineup for the World Cup. It's like, okay, chill. You realize that there is a whole group of like 8, 9 players that are about the same level.
I was gonna say it's heavy world class competition, which
Yeah.
this national team needs.
Oh yeah.
so we say we have an A team, we say we have a B team, C team, obviously for these
I
different
hate that language so much, but continue.
yes, yes. But what has the A team done with Weah, Balogun, Pulisic, all these guys? What have they done to deserve that spot?
I mean, the question's valid. I mean, you can say that they won the Nations League. What was it back in 2021, 22, something
People
like
are going to
that?
say that those guys deserve the A team just because they play in Europe. No, that means nothing.
Well, no,
Like,
no, no. It means something. You
It
can't.
means a
yes,
lot.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, but what have they done for their nation to be considered the A team?
look, it's really hard when the U.S. for the past, I don't know, you guys can probably correct me, past 5 years, they haven't had really good, consistent friendlies to even like
Hmm.
prove themselves. So it's really hard to say what have they done when most of the stuff that they've done is on a club level. So Weah has been scoring goals pretty consistently with
For
in
Juventus,
Yeah.
what before Juventus in France. Where was he playing? In Lille.
Lille, yeah.
Yeah. He was scoring consistently. Now he's in Juventus. Obviously
Did
CP
you?
is in Milan. I mean,
I was gonna say, quick side note, did you see that the way I turned down a move from Juve to Nottingham Forest? Because he's like, no,
Mhm.
I want to stay with Juventus.
Yep.
well, I guess I'd have to do more research, but I wonder how much playing time Way is actually getting with Juventus.
He's a somewhat consistent starter. Juventus is my Italy team,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's a somewhat consistent starter, and I don't think he'd be a consistent starter with Nottingham Forest.
Hmm. Interesting. But I think we need to start asking the questions of who is going to be the starting lineup for the World Cup. And this next round in September of friendlies, we need to have the quote unquote A team.
A team.
We need to have that every single friendly now. It doesn't matter what's happening with your club.
Correct.
If
Correct.
the club will let you leave, you leave. Period.
Now, here's the question, and I think this is honestly the biggest question: who's the starting goalkeeper? Is it
Mm.
Matt
Matt
Freeze.
Freese?
Matt Freeze, without a doubt. Matt Freeze.
I haven't seen enough Freeze to know if he can
Well,
perform at that level consistently.
I haven't seen enough from Matt Turner.
You
I
haven't
mean,
seen enough from Matt Turner. He's been the goalkeeper for the past like 6 years.
Yeah, he has produced results,
yeah,
but
but
so has Freese now on a large international scale with a good PK
Yeah,
performance. Like
bro.
that was an Emmy Martinez level of performance
Yeah, that was
without
lights
as
out.
much taunting.
I wish there was more taunting.
Oh,
But
don't we all?
that's a great question. I honestly hope that's not Matt Turner, just because I think he's turned a corner right now. He's starting to go on the downhill. Um, and I don't know if you can blame it on whatever. But I don't think Matt Turner should be the starting one. But that does put us in a goalkeeper crisis at this point.
Mhm.
That we
Beavers, Beavers, Beavers.
he doesn't have first team minutes. That's the
He
That's
issue.
doesn't.
tr- that
Yeah.
is he's not getting first team minutes at Bromsby,
No.
which
Yeah.
was something I was afraid of. Because
Yeah.
and we'll talk about. I'm sure there'll be questions about the upcoming transfer window. I'm sure that's the majority of the questions, and everyone's like all excited because they're like, oh yeah, like go to you know where's Bromsby, Norway, I think. You go to
Sweden, something like that.
Yeah, they
Norway.
go Scandinavian League or going to the championship, and we're talking about potential places for RSL players to go, and you have to realize that Europe does not automatically mean good.
Right.
It
100%.
Denmark.
doesn't.
Denmark, in case you're wondering.
Oh,
Oh,
Denmark. Thank you for the correction. I want to give Bromsby the credit of being correct about their information. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad club, but at the same time, you want to see RSL players going to Champions League level teams.
mm, yeah.
Like Andre Gomez, loved him here with us. He's still not playing a ton of minutes for Stade Rennais. And Stade Rennais is not a good team. They would struggle in the MLS.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. 100%. And also, do you know who I think has been struggling in this Gold Cup? Opinion, personal opinion. Um, Tyler Adams.
Hmm.
He has not played up to what he's normally played in years past. He's still young. I mean, we're talking 26 years old, but it almost seems like he's out of sync when he's not with his friends.
See, some might disagree with me, but I'm gonna have to go with Tim Ream. Tim Ream was very subpar in that second half.
Mm,
Bro, if you're gonna
yeah.
put on someone that has a cane or a walker, I mean, bro, like, yeah, obviously he's not gonna be the best. And no, he doesn't have any of those, but he's
Like
old. I
I
mean,
would have been happy with like Walker Zimmerman started over him. It's like
oh no, no,
really
that's
Mm.
controversial, my friend. That's controversial.
like yes, I understand Ream played in Europe, but it's just like come on, like can we get somebody who has better knees?
I would have put on Miles Robinson.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, oh, and also Berhalter. Let's talk about Berhalter for like 15 seconds. Um,
Eh,
also, all right, I have so many thoughts right now with Berhalter. One, missed the PK, and I loved how the cameraman
The
went
camera
went
pans to his dad.
straight to his dad.
that
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 producer was like, ready, 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 switch.
that's a troll. That's a huge troll, especially after he missed, bro. Um,
That was
Two,
savage.
Berhalter rumors going to Bayern Munich. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Is
Yeah,
this a
right.
Tom Bogert rumor? Because
Um,
he's the only source I trust.
Fair,
um,
fair, fair.
great question. We'll have to look it up, but yeah, Berhalter to Bayern is an actual real rumor.
Oh,
Uh, and
by the
yeah,
by the way, quick shout out, Tom Bogert. If you ever want to join us on an episode of the RSL Bros, you have an open invite.
It's fair. It's fair.
it's true.
I want to ask you. I want to ask you guys' opinion really quick.
What?
We saw Luna got subbed off in the 83rd. Do you feel like they should have just kept him on, saved him for PKs?
Um, Look, this is my only dog on Luna. Um, I know he's been in PK shootouts with us, but I don't feel like, and probably because it's
Well, yeah,
well
you go back to 2023 playoffs
23,
against Houston, 23
and
against Houston.
and he missed, didn't he?
Yep, and against Minnesota.
And against Minnesota. So I have post traumatic stress syndrome with Luna and PKs,
Mm.
but and most people are saying that Luna should have taken that PK that Tillman missed.
Hmm.
I mean, guys, I haven't seen Luna. Has Luna taken a PK for us? I can't
Not
remember.
no.
I don't
That's a
think
good
so.
question.
I don't think
I'm gonna,
we haven't had a
No,
PK this
because
season.
I think we have.
Giogo took the last one, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, but anyways, I think. Anyways, Berhalter going to Bayern, bad idea. So I think the Berhalter thing. I think even his number in FODMAP, I think it might be a little exaggerated. I'm not a huge Berhalter fan and how he plays, but
But he did, except for really for the PK, he did fine.
it was all right, passable.
Is it a Bayern Munich level performance? No.
That's probably what I'm getting at. I mean, Tillman is going to where is he going?
Leverkusen was
Leverkusen.
the
That's
last.
right, and
He could,
that's deserved.
yeah.
Which then raises questions: if Luna and Tillman are on the same level ish,
Leeds is an insult
Leeds is an insult. Um,
to
I'm just
people
saying.
who think
I'm taking
I'm get
first division of anywhere, nowhere else.
anybody who thinks that Leeds is a good move for Luna because it's in England. They can move up from the Championship to the Premier League. They're gonna crash out of
Shut
the
up.
Premier League again.
Shut up. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a horizontal move. RSL could reasonably play Leeds.
Give us a couple of players, a couple of better players. I think Leeds might be
They might have
maybe,
an edge.
maybe, maybe, maybe.
No, because especially if you play in Utah, it's too hot.
Oh, bro, that if we're gonna mention something about the Club World Cup, it's the amount of complaining that we've heard about the heat. I can't imagine what these national teams are gonna say next year at
Oh
this
my
time.
gosh. You know, it's funny, and I think I said this last episode, and I keep saying this because I just find it hilarious. Anytime watching Vinicius Jr. and Real Madrid play, all the Real Madrid players are like, ugh, and Vinny's like, yeah, it's hot, but let's go. Like,
Yeah,
because he's Brazilian, he's like, I'm used to this. This
Right,
is great.
right.
yeah. It's gonna be wild next year. Next year, but. Let's maybe switch gears real quick. Well, not really change gears, but we're going to talk about the game against Guatemala. It's going to happen Wednesday, the day after we record.
Woo.
So we're not going to spend too much time because obviously it's going to be past when probably the most of you are going to listen to this. But let's talk about this Guatemala game real quick. This is a really exciting time for Guatemala,
I did not expect that. That was not on my bingo cards of team making the semifinals.
bro. But
It,
it should have been.
No, like
I
I had straight chalk. Like I'll get real. I had U.S., Canada, Panama, Mexico. Like I honestly I never expect any upsets in this tournament.
and we had a couple of really big upsets, which like Alan said, love for these countries because, like, one of my favorite things back when the U.S. failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, something that I got excited about was watching Panama qualify because they were so excited. I love seeing countries that don't normally qualify for the World Cup qualify for the World Cup, like seeing Uzbekistan qualify for the World Cup. Like, how cool is that?
So cool.
By the way,
And so,
Uzbekistan's probably gonna come to Salt Lake.
cool. Let's give them the love for making the World Cup. I mean,
Sure.
and so to see Guatemala and Honduras make it to the semifinals of a major international tournament. It's probably the biggest one that they'll play in outside of the potential of the World Cup. They're playing for hardware at this point.
Absolutely.
If the U.S. hadn't made it this far, I'm just gonna put it out there. I would be on the Guatemala train right now because
Oh,
of how
same.
much
Yeah,
of an underdog they've been.
agreed.
It makes me so happy for Rubio Rubin. Obviously, RSL goes
And
down, and Aaron Herrera,
there you go.
but mainly Rubio Rubin. One because he had this goal, but no, because he's playing in the USL right now, where he's not getting the recognition that he deserves because he does so well for his country, but then he has to go drop down to the USL.
But he
Now is
didn't perform at the MLS level, though. That's the thing.
so is it a drop? I think he's playing where his skill level is at, but no, you can't help but to be happy for him and Guatemala
Oh
as a
yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
And Aaron Herrera. I mean, I think I think Guatemala is playing better because those two are on the team, not because of them, but because those two are consistently playing well and are starting
Now,
with Guatemala.
do you feel like with the way that Guatemala beat Canada on PKs, they have this momentum, they have all this confidence? Should the US be worried?
Look, if you want,
Yes and no.
yeah, I mean, if you want the coaching answer, it's gonna be like you take it one game at a time. We're not gonna underestimate our opponents, yada yada.
Mhm.
But in on paper, this shouldn't be a hard game. Just like it shouldn't have been a hard game for Canada.
And that's what's scary. Right?
Yeah, so you do have the risk of Rubio Rubin finding some open gap somewhere, getting a lucky shot off, getting a lucky header, whatever. Because really, I don't think there was much skill to his goal that he scored, but he scored nonetheless. Aaron Herrera, we know is a really good defender. It was really good when we had him. Unfortunately, we let him go. I don't think we should have let him go, but
Agreed.
again,
Yeah, biggest thing between the US roster and Guatemala's, not a single player for Guatemala plays in Europe. So
I mean, I think the only one that had a chance out of, I mean, do you guys know your Guatemalan player history?
negatory, negatory.
Sorry.
You'll probably remember one name. There's one name that played for Guatemala, Carlos Ruiz,
Oh,
Played
yes.
for FC Dallas.
Yep.
and Galaxy.
Oh, that's right.
That's where he won the majority of his stuff. So El Pescadito. Um, I think he was probably the only one that probably had any chance of playing in Europe if he ever did it. But by the
Mhm.
way, for those of you that may have played soccer with me, I doubt you're listening. But we had another Guatemalan international with RSL. Do you guys remember who it was?
Remind me.
Gustavo Cabrera.
Mm.
Name's not ringing a bell.
Mark was like, no. So Gustavo Cabrera was also a Guatemalan national team that played for us. So there you go, a little bit of history there. So we're gonna do a quick prediction time for this U.S. national game. Yeah, you guys down for
I
that?
like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
Christian, what do you got?
3-1 USA.
Marcos,
2-0. US.
Okay. 3-0 USA.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep the shutout. All right.
Now, no, real quick. Does this game affect our points, our
No, no,
prediction
no, no, no,
standings?
no. This is
Okay.
that standing there
This
for
is
MLS.
okay, so this is just bragging rights. Cool.
Oh, dang it! I
Marcus
wanted
is looking.
any chance that I could catch up to Christian. Come on.
No, look, I'm freaking out right now because I'm tied with you. And I asked you to do a recount just like in the Florida elections 2000.
Oh my gosh. All right, hanging Chad.
I just don't want to lose to Marcos. That's the worst nightmare of any older brother is to lose to the little brother. So
I wouldn't know. Thanks, Mom.
oh, okay. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about this RSL St. Louis game that's coming up.
We back home. We back home.
Yay!
Guys, I know the DC game was at home, but it really feels like it's been a month and a half.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
before we get into talking about the St. Louis game, we have not one, not two, but 5 home games in the month of July.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games to go to.
That's a lot of tailgates. Y'all better show up.
Yeah, all thanks to Leagues Cup is the last one in the month of July.
Bro. And Leagues Cup, all three of our games are at home.
So
What?
yeah,
Home.
so we only have one away game in the month of July.
At Portland. And that one's not going to be an easy one.
Yeah, July's gonna be a fun month for RSL at home.
Which by the way, last year we played away at Portland in July, and
Oh.
that game had a lot of significance because
Yeah.
do you guys remember?
Mm.
No. Well, we lost, yes,
No,
but it was
that's where all hell broke loose. With
that's
Chicho.
literally where all hell broke loose. So
Yep.
maybe oh, this is like
Don't say it. Don't say it. You're going to jinx the crap out of it.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
all right. Just
We
saying.
all know what you're trying to say. Zip it.
Anyways.
Zippy long stockings.
Stop it. We're going to talk about St. Louis game. Chill out.
All right, let's talk about mediocre barbecue.
All right, mediocre barbecue. Because really, St. Louis is not barbecue. Did I just say that?
Houston's barbecue.
Texas barbecue. It's all one.
It's all one. All right. So St. Louis. What do you guys know about St. Louis?
They fired their head coach.
Yeah, they did. What else do we know?
They have
They're-
a lot of injuries right now.
They're battling last place like us
We are ahead of them, I think.
We are.
by 4 points.
Hey, that's more than a game.
Every point counts, really.
So the last time that St. Louis won a game was May 31st.
against who?
San Jose.
Oh, that's
So they can pull results.
yes. That's what it's looking like. Also they're out with a couple of key players are out. So
Yeah.
Lowen is out. I think
Mhm.
Durkin was an important
Durkin's
one.
out. Kessler's out.
Nilsson.
Nelson's a big one.
So
Yeah,
there's a couple of important ones right there.
They're relying on a Hartel and Klaus right now for them up top and Pompeu.
Klaus is very dangerous, though.
hmm
Again, this is another situation. Yes, it should be a shoe-in easy game, but again, we can't take them lightly. The
No.
West, for how bad the West looks on paper, it's still dangerously close in skill.
In skill, yes. I can see that.
That's why I said that.
I'm just affirming.
Okay.
You're like, thank you very much.
No, from the Kansas City game going into this game, do you guys see any changes at all in the lineup?
I could see a sub Dom taking the place of Russell. I could also see if Vera's healthy, him starting over Junka.
You read my mind, brother. I mean, that's really if you were to change anything, that's the only change I would do. We're gonna think maybe worst case scenario if the U.S. lose against Guatemala, Luna's
There's
not
There's no
playing.
chance. There's no chance. No.
He'll if he's available at all, he'll be on the bench.
Yeah.
Right. And I think someone had mentioned that even I think the earliest he can come back is the 12th. So
12th.
the following home game.
Yeah, against Houston.
Yeah. So I would actually agree with the switching out Johnny and Dom. That's the main one. The secondary one I'm
Hmm.
not really worried about, but I think um if you can have Dom play and use speed right away, we're looking at a St. Louis team that has a minus 12 goal differential, 31 goals against them. And the same for them, 19 as us. So and it's not like we've given up very much less. I mean, we've given up 26 goals, but I think we have I think we have a quicker attack, whereas St. Louis
Hmm.
might be a little bit slower, might be because Klaus isn't the fastest on this planet, to be honest. He's just a really big, tall Brazilian. That's all he
Yeah,
is. So I think if we play the same way that we played against Kansas City, we're gonna have a lot of positive stuff out of this game.
I agree.
Yeah, team's looking good. First home game in the month of July. Stadium's gonna be packed. Fireworks. We got good vibes. Good vibes going into Saturday.
You keep saying that the stadium's gonna be packed, bro. How do you know?
It's a Fourth of
I,
July weekend.
it's
People
Oh,
are
fireworks.
gonna be around.
It's fireworks. Fireworks bring people.
That's true. Fireworks do bring people. It's nothing like shiny bright lights.
I'm not sure what he's going there with.
I don't know.
Ding.
Something about shite and whatnot. What? um,
Words are hard at times.
words are hard. No, but yeah, we're gonna have a full stadium. But I think what we really want to instill in everyone that's listening is that I think there's real growth right now with the team, and I think there's things to be excited about. Not gonna lie,
Hmm.
uh, and if anything, get excited about Gozo. Period.
Yeah,
Yeah, because who knows when he's gonna be gone. So take advantage of seeing him. I'm not saying he's gonna be gone soon. Don't. No, I'm just saying take
Rumor
advantage.
mill, rumor
No, no,
mill.
no, no, no.
Come on.
Just take advantage of seeing these young
ding ding ding
stars
ding 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 ding
because
ding ding
we got
ding ding
talent.
ding
We
ding
got
ding
talent.
ding 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 ding.
It's true. All right. Look, we can analyze this game until we're blue in the face, but the only thing
Sure.
that really counts right now
Is
is
me beating Christian in prediction time.
so you mean
We'll see.
you know what time it is? It's
Prediction
Prediction
time.
time.
I'll let you guys say because it was gonna turn out bad. Marcos, give us your prediction.
I'm feeling confident. Our RSL has some good momentum after that KC. Guys are going to be healthy. Things are looking good. So give me a 1-0 victory to start the month of July.
Minimal, but clean sheet. Christian.
I'm feeling saucy. I'm gonna say 2-0 RSL.
Ooh, I was feeling saucy too until you said that. So, um, I'll uh, I'll keep it at a maybe a decent 2-1. 2-1. We'll keep it decent. Just so we're all different and we're all still on the victory lane. We're still thinking positive because it's positive. Everything is positive right now, guys. As much as we want to think about negatives, there's still positives. We're focusing on.
Positive vibes all around. Positive vibes.
All right. We advertised at the very beginning that there was going to be a buttload of questions. So,
Buttload.
How many questions?
how many questions?
That's it. I want to know.
And he's counting right now. No, you're not
Oh,
counting.
not counting. We're just going to go right into it. Here we
All
go.
right, do it.
Without further ado, the first question of the night. Your coach, 10 of your players are 6 out of 10 quality. One is a 10 out of 10 quality. What position are you making the 10 out of 10?
He's going to be the 10. He's going to be my attacking midfielder.
Christian?
Oof. I'm gonna say the 6 defensive midfielder.
I was going to say that was my secondary.
I'm gonna go with a wing, either a right mid or a left mid.
Interesting. I'll give an honorary mention to goalkeeper.
Okay,
Someone's got to make the saves.
it's true.
And
Uh,
and if everyone's 6 out of 10, there's gonna be a lot of saves that are gonna need to be made.
It's true. So, I mean, you can either say defense wins championship, so you put your best player at a defensive position, or you say the best form of defense is offense slash possession, so you put them offensive. So we all have different strategies here. So
It's true.
interesting. I like that question.
Here we go. Somebody already wants our early predictions for next season.
What? Already?
I'm like, we're only at
That
the
what?
halfway. We're at the halfway point of this season. It's like
Dude, what?
All right, fine. Let's cater to it. What do you got? That was the question? Like, what are our predictions for next season?
early predictions for next season.
Oh, um, okay. How about this? I'll do this kind of prediction. We might be without Luna, might be without Gozo. There will be a midfield change because I think we're going to get rid of a couple of midfielders, and there's going to be a couple center back changes. That's my prediction for next season.
Sounds like a almost a brand new team next season.
Wow, 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 wow.
I'm just saying that because I think there's a couple of contracts that are up at the end of the season that
That's true.
I have question marks about.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of agree with you there, but I'm gonna say maybe around the eighth, ninth next season.
Uh, I'm gonna predict a really cool home jersey for next season.
Oh, that's a
Can we
really
get, can
good
we get
Another
flames?
memorable. No, we are not the Dallas Burn.
pick. No, I do you know I really want though, speaking of jerseys, I hope that we stay with stripes. I hope that we stay with some
What if
kind of
we
stripes.
go horizontal stripes for next season?
I just want some kind of stripes because having just a like a red jersey is
I
eh.
sent you. I did with AI's help. I designed some. But remember those jerseys I
Yeah,
sent you?
I
They
Should I
they
remember.
were
post those?
they
Those are
were
pretty
fire.
good.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
send them over to Tyler. I mean, he might say something about it. I don't
I'll
know.
just show them in the booth. They're like, hey,
Hey, look at this. I did this on AI. He's gonna be like, well, duh, I could do that too.
right?
All right, give us our next one.
Are Ruiz and Palacio feeling well for Anelli and Ojeda? Do you see them taking a spot in the starting 11?
No,
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be a flat no for me. Um, they're doing well right
they're
now.
doing well. Yes.
They're stepping up when we need them, but as full-time starters, no.
Yeah. So it's a yes, no, but it's not to diminish what they have done and what they continue to do for the team.
Right. I
Because Palacios, I think he has stepped up incredibly well this season, which has been awesome to see. Um, Ruiz, he's still good, but he's not. He is a shadow of what he was before he got injured.
Ruiz has a lot of potential. He has a lot of potential, but with the limited minutes that we've seen, it's been kind of shaky for him.
I'm actually a Ruiz over Palacio in terms of performance.
Hmm.
For in general. Um, and obviously, I'm going to state the obvious. They're obviously not to the level of Anelli and Ojeda, but
Hmm.
they're doing enough of the job to not make us look horrible. I mean, they've had their mistakes. Oh, they've had their mistakes, but
Sure.
it doesn't look horrible right now.
Agreed. Agreed. Next question for you guys. With the transfer window opening, who stays and who will go and why?
Oh boy, here we go.
The question everybody's been waiting for all episode long.
I don't. I. I would be honestly. I would be surprised if we lost anybody.
In fact, yeah, I would say don't expect any kind of huge transfer out this summer.
Hmm.
It would literally kill us.
Yeah. Uh,
We would
Now,
lose all hope.
a surprise big transfer in is possible, especially at the striker level. But
Yes, but and there's a lot of people still calling out for the right back too. I mean, I honestly think right now we're in a good, decent, average spot. I don't know if there's one position that would just like shoot us out and put us above water at this
Yeah,
point.
my expectations this summer for us getting any summer signings very low. I just don't see anything big. If anything, maybe a one mil, 1.5, but Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy is going to happen this summer.
I'm gonna hold out hope that we do get that DP level 9. I
I
am.
mean,
I'm gonna hold out the hope for it. I would love to see it. Um, but
I just wonder, and everyone's wondering this, are the Millers going to spend something that big right off the bat?
wait. You're already jumping ahead to the next question.
is that the next question?
If MLS were to raise the salary cap, would RSL spend?
Oh, that's honestly an important question because again, I mean, I will mention the Club World Cup a little bit here, right? We kind of talked about this last episode with how well Miami did because regardless of the fact that they crashed out in the round of 16, they made it to the round of 16, which makes MLS look very good as a whole, as a league. And
Yes. Yeah.
and be,
I mean,
it makes MLS look better, right?
mhm. I mean,
And
I can see it. Yeah.
and look, I mean, look what happens when you got money. So RSL could be competitive with money. Now, again, it does depend on the Millers actually spending money, which I think when it comes, since they are new to the soccer world, they might not understand how big of a difference that makes compared to basketball.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I think I hope they realize it now, but maybe if they don't, they have to realize that obviously this is a world game. So you can get players
Hmm.
like from anywhere and depending on how much you want to pay them. Uh, so I don't know. That's why I say it all depends on the Millers, just like what you said. If Miami is spending all this money, and a lot of it is probably most likely, I don't know the exact numbers and where it's coming from, but I'm gonna take a quick stab and say it's a lot of George Moss's pocket that he's paying a lot of this stuff because he wants his team to do well. Yes, each team has an allocated GAM, and they only have that much to spend. But from what I understand, and I could be wrong, owners can spend past that, but out of their own pocket. And so
Interesting.
I think that might be the difference. Whereas ownership can spend more, but it has to be from their own pocket, not from allocated money from the MLS.
And uh, don't we still have some pretty good GAM money left over?
We do. We do.
And so,
Compared to
what are
LA
the,
Galaxy, who has zero.
That's true.
so, I mean, the Millers could use that GAM money to get a pretty good striker
Could
Because I don't think that.
and not take a
Because
hit out of their own pockets.
does the GAM, does that reset for next season or is that only for this season?
that at this point is where my knowledge stops because there are other people on social media that know all about that stuff and know jack shiz about soccer. So
Tom, we need you.
like the business side of all this soccer stuff, I don't know jack, but soccer stuff, I could talk to you all day about.
Yeah, that's why when it comes to transfer window, everything, you guys, we're just like you guys. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so we gotta grab our popcorn and sit and
No,
just wait.
Marcos, we're the insiders. We know everything.
Yeah, we know all.
Oh, we're Tom. We're Tom.
We are talking.
We are Tom. Next question for y'all. Whatever happened to Marcelo Silva?
Oh,
Apparently, this person wants to know what happened to Marcelo Silva.
he's camping in the Utah mountains or in the Utah desert.
Quietly retired.
Yeah, so if you go to Instagram, find Marcelo Silva, you'll see he's camping every day.
I think he just lives in the woods.
Honestly, good for him.
I mean, totally side. Did he not have a family? I thought he had a family.
I don't think so.
Oh, interesting. Well, good for him. Living life large.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here we go. Last question for the night, and this is probably my favorite question. So get ready. If you had to try and convince someone to come and watch an RSL game, what's your pitch to them?
Great.
Brought to you
Sale.
by our fourth RSL bro.
Thanks, Tino. Making me look bad at this point. So sales wasn't my big thing, so someone else.
So, I mean, come to the stadium. There's not a bad seat in Rio Tinto Stadium. And when the crowd is bumping, there isn't a more energetic crowd in all of MLS. And
Yeah.
you also, when the team is vibing, you're not going to find a more energetic team in MLS. It Rio Tinto and RSL have the potential to be the most eclectic, electric team in the league in North America,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah. I think what I would say to them is if you want to see a soccer stadium with the best view in the US, we have it. We have it. If you want to see some of the loudest fans, some passionate fans, come see it. If you want to see some world-class soccer players, come see it and come experience for yourself. Yes, there'll be people that say, "No, I want to go to a hockey game. I want to see NBA." No, come experience this firsthand.
Look, I mean, I think the best thing I could tell anyone to pitch it to them is, and maybe this isn't the best pitch, but you make of your experience what you want of it. If you want to enjoy this, you will enjoy it. If you think have prejudgments of this is gonna be boring, it's gonna be boring. I would
Fair?
say come to this event without any prejudgments. Come
Yeah.
to this ready to enjoy and absorb what you see. Afterwards, make all the judgments you want, but give it a chance. And if you like it once, I guarantee you you'll like it again and again and again.
Yeah. Get loud, get rowdy, have fun. Bring those, bring people who you'd enjoy having a good time with because not just the team, not just the stadium, not just the atmosphere, but the people you surround yourself with at these games also make the difference as well.
And
Yeah, if you
I think that's why Marcos always says, "Be loud, be proud, get rowdy, and whatnot." I mean, that's because that's how Marcos likes to do it. But I mean, you don't have to do it that way. But come and
Fair.
enjoy the atmosphere. Like, come and enjoy, and if you even if you don't like
If you want to
soccer,
sit and golf clap, be like, yes, quite, yes. Oh, lovely touch of the ball. Yes, he made a run down the side. Yes, excellent.
no, but
yeah,
honestly, if you want to come experience and you're wondering what an RSL game is like, there's no better way to start. Come to a game and come experience it because this is this is a fun atmosphere. This is a good time.
And if you find us at the tailgate or on our way into the stadium, we'll give you a sticker.
You get the
well,
sticker and you get to come see Christian. It's the best of both worlds.
that's the only reason why people would go. Yeah. So guys, I'm super excited. RSL is back in action this Saturday, 7:30 as always. Um, go because it's the fireworks game. So
Absolutely.
I know we're gonna get sold out because of that. But even after the fireworks game, all the other games, like Marco said, we have 5 home games this month.
The Leagues Cup is gonna go nuts, y'all.
You get to see we have three
Very
teams
big,
from Mexico. Three teams
very
from
big
Mexico.
clubs too. The biggest being Club America.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a massive club. If you don't know much about soccer, first off, thanks for listening to us. But second, that is a massive team. When you think North American soccer, you think Club America and the LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
Just
And as that game gets closer, we're going to talk about more about the importance of the Mexican teams. I think Leagues Cup is still an important tournament, even though we've had controversial opinions in the past couple of years. But guys, RSL is back in action. The U.S. is in action. Don't forget to watch that. If you've already watched it, then whatever the result is, enjoy it or don't.
mhm.
I mean, whatever. I don't care.
No,
But
you should care.
no, I care. I don't care about your reactions. That's what I mean. React how you want. I don't care. But um, any last thoughts before we head out? I know you
Yeah,
guys sometimes have thoughts.
yeah, last thing, make sure you guys have a safe and fun 4th of July this Friday with family, friends.
Keep all of your fingers.
Keep all your fingers and yeah, have a good time on 4th of July.
All right.
Marcos, send us off.
If you're not already, follow us on X, Instagram at the RSL Bros. Listen to us wherever you catch your podcasts on Spotify and Apple, and watch us on YouTube.
Good enough for me. Tell your friends, subscribe, and also, guys, subscribe because there's shorts going out every single day with like little clips of this. So if you do, I mean, if you've already listened to this point, you've already listened to it all. But we do have clips. So there we go. Have a good day. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.